Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a brand new video. Filippo here, and today I want to talk to you about water, or better, how to manage water into your And so today I want to talk about water and how to manage the color of water in your locked node tree. When it's about memory colors, so greens, blues, sky, water, and foliage, I don't want to overcomplicate things around, and I just want to maintain the simplest methods possible and locked on the whole node tree. Use it on groups when possible, or use it as a shared node. And with no further, let's jump inside Davinci Resolve. Michele saluta. Salut. Ciao. So guys, let's start talking about water and how to manage water. But I just don't want to talk about just how to manage water, but also how to not manage water, okay? Because there are a few tools in Davinci Resolve that might be quite handy, that might seem quite handy to you, but that actually are not the ones that fits your needs when it comes to managing water around, okay? So there are a few key points while working with water. A few things will be the contrast and the pivot. Second things will be keeping an eye on the highlighted part. And the third thing will be about hue versus saturation. Real simple, real quick, real effective. Here I made just three correctors. One is my offset, one is my IDT, where I convert my camera into R color space, and therefrom R color space with the color transfer, just delivering to Rec 709 for the web. So there we are, and from the IDT to the ODT, I want to create a few things right there. I want to create one contrast node, so this will be my contrast, and the other one will be my hue, or let's call it secondaries, okay? So actually nothing more than that. While working with water, you want to do too many things around. You can layer those secondaries, and with secondaries will be also paralleling windows if you need to, but you might see that we won't need them. So with contrast, I'm gonna crank up a bit the contrast. I already converted my image, so I'm just creating with this bit more separation. So I just want to play with the pivot a bit, and as you can see, just by going down, I can see the waves a lot more. So just by playing with contrast and pivot, you will be cranking a bit those details up, and your water will have a seamless look, if you want it to have it a seamless look, by the way. Another crucial thing that, by the way, I didn't mention, I want to add with a parallel, is the mid-tone detail. Because again, here we got this girl right here. I don't want you to look at the waves. It will be hard with her here, but just stick with the waves. And by cranking up the mid detail, you can just see more in the detail in the water. So this decision is just up to you. You just have to decide how much you want to crank it up. I want it on the 46 here-ish. And also, by standing here, you might want to crank a bit and just attach those details here. So let me just go 40, yeah, that's 49. Super simple. And just with this, you can see that the overall contrast is cranked up a bit, okay? The tiny, spaces between the waves are more present if you want them to be, again. And with the contrast, we are just creating an overall scene that speaks in a really great way, in my opinion, okay? So now let's talk about the water. You don't want to create masks around. You don't want to use a qualifier. You could create a secondary input. You can work not display referred as I am, but color managed. You could do too many things, okay? But let's stick with the simplest ones. The simplest one will be about hue versus saturation again. And where do we have here our colors? Right there. Just by making a click, I will be known where my colors are. I'll be widening this up a bit. Okay, I'll be just moving it, and you will see that by moving your saturation, I will be controlling the overall saturation of my water. Okay, what if I just want to change it? Okay, exact same thing. We'll move from U versus saturation to U versus U. Same thing, and boom. You got different color from your water. Pretty, just like water, full of, I might say, blood. You might go on never saw a sea like this before, that green, or into a swamp, or into a Caribbean like water. So this decision will be just up to you, whatever it will be. And the key here on the higher part will be just cranking that contrast in a way where you can see those differences. And the key point here is just in the pivot. Okay, just playing with it will help you a lot, making that water stand a lot more. Another key point will be selecting a point where you just want this water to fall off in terms of saturation. So you just want to make it fall off like on the brightest areas. We don't have too many reflection here, but you know what I'm saying in terms of reflection, because sometimes you get just big waves, big white waves, where you want to see all those white areas in a better way. You can just cut off whatever you got, and this is a thing that you want to do actually nearest the end, because you're just cutting off information from the pipeline. You're just cutting off things from the color that won't be present there. So just stick at the end with this one. I just want to take the brightest areas. Let's crank this down a bit and crank it down, so you can see that we got this kind of fall off in the water, and also on Our Lady, by the way. So you might also want to do this, but not in this case, by the way. And guys, I don't know if you expected something more, but everything I have to say to you is there, even because it's pretty simple. Contrast, details, and the colors with the U, nothing more. Yeah, maybe again, let's make a pearl. Let's create a window just for the sake of finishing the whole image here. And let me just invert this, crank down the gain, just the gain, and let me soft it a lot and size it down. Maybe you can create a completely different mood. Maybe we can widen this up. Let me check it. Okay, that's the before and after. Pretty cool, huh? But by the way, I want just you to use the warper, even if, let me say that to you, you can be really specific with it. By the way, you can make really tiny adjustments with it. But again, if you don't have a raw image, it will break your image, or you just you will be just affecting also skin tones in a way or another. If you're not that accurate, you will be affecting other part of the image that you want to affect, by the way. But you can use the warper too. It's a really handy tool, but I just like to be sticking with the old classic methods that still works on in a great way, as you can see. Okay, you just have to decide which flavor give to your water: dirty waters, natural waters, deep blue waters, pink water, maybe, okay, bloody water. And You can also deep down, by the way, those colors by deciding the blue, and then you can go on the hue versus luminance, and I don't know, maybe we could deep down or crank up our reds. As you can see, just a touch, by the way, and just a touch down from the water. And that's it, guys. Actually, nothing more than this. Maybe an extra thing that I might do here will be cranking down the lift a bit. Again, the lift is another, key point, even because if you just want to create dark blue water, you just want to select on the hue versus hue the color that you're looking for. Maybe let me stick with it like there. And with the lift, as you can see, you can just change the mood even more. Okay, downer part, let's crank up the gain a bit and play with the contrast again, back and forth, and you can just find whatever you got here. By the way, pivot and contrast will be your best friend. Just decide what you want to do with it. I hope you find the video useful. I hope this is not overcomplicated to you. In my opinion, it's really simple. You just have to stick with secondaries. You just have to stick with windows if you want to create them. Lift adjustment if you need to. And this three will be based just on the water. And then we got the overall contrast that is helping a lot, and the details. Okay, nothing more than this. I hope you found it useful. I hope it gave you a method. I hope it helped you understand something more about managing memory colors. And again, be brave and make it better.